Hey, what's going on? Sir Blackson97 here, back with another mail day. Today we have yet another solid stack of mail, courtesy of Chupacabra Games. They were kind enough, as always, to send us a bunch more stuff for a handful of deck profiles we're working on, and just shiny cards for the binder series we're always building on. So, without further ado, let's jump into this giant stack here, starting with the Phantom Knights and Raid Raptors section. Not necessarily putting them all in the same deck, but the archetypes kind of blend together, so kind of makes sense to cover them all at once. One Raider's Wing, which, case in point, is both a Phantom Knights and Raid Raptor card. One Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine. And our first copy of Rank Up Magic Skip Force. I'm starting to collect all of the Rank Up Magic stuff. Only have a couple Urgent Chaos Force cards, so figured now's the time to start collecting in on some of the other things. I think I'll also have the Utopia Force one, so pretty sparse lineup for Rank Up Magic. One DD Swirl Slime, just to keep all of our DD stuff collecting. Working on the deck profile and formula yet again since Doom of Dimensions came out, so stay tuned for when that's fully built out. Up next we have the Clear World section, full playset of Phantom. One copy of Vicious Knight. I believe this is our second copy of Clear Wall. Clear Vice Dragon. Clear Cube, which I think he looks cute. Kind of funny looking little guy. And then our third copy of Clear World. Have a couple ideas for how I want to build out the full Clear World deck, probably splashing in some danger stuff as well. But just want to get a nice little solid core built up for the Clear World side of all this stuff, as I have a massive stack of danger cards, so we're just going to blend those two together. Silent Swordsman 0, been bumping up some of the rarities on the Shining Sarcophagus deck. This is no exception. Plus it's also a Prismatic Secret rare, as I'm a huge sucker for those. For the Six Samurai section, we have our second copy of Kizaru, and two more copies of Shien's Dojo, which gives us our full playset of that. Slowly building out all the cards I need for that deck. I think I just need to grab a few more extra deck monsters, and then a handful of some of their main deck lineup stuff, but getting much closer to filling that one out as well. For the Canine section, we have two more copies of Lantern to get us our playset of that. One more copy of Joe Cool to give us our playset of her. And then two more copies of X Force Release. We already had a playset, but this just completes the second one in case we need to splash canines into a few other decks. Plus it just looks really cool for the artwork. Very menacing. Primitive Planet Reichphobia, just collecting more of my Visa Starfrost planets as always. Futsu no Mitama no Mitsurugi. Kind of forgot Mitsurugi had a third ritual monster. This guy came out with the initial lineup, so figured I'd snag him for the little Mitsurugi deck we're working on. Speaking of reptiles, we also grabbed some Ragnaraka cards. One Evil Seed, one Wicked Butterfly, and then one Selene Snapper and Stag Sovereign. Finally have our playsets of both Butterfly and Evil Seed, and also just wanted to resupply on some of the links they have as well, just so we can splash those into a couple decks. Two Atlantean Heavy Infantry. This should give us our playset of him, which is nice. Two Flame Coating Metalmorph. We just needed two for the deck, so I figured I'd snag those two copies for the Max Metalmorph cards. One Lumina, the Twilight Sworn Shaman, for the Lightsworn deck. Beast of Talwar, the Sword Summit. Nice little easy special summon for a level 6, so figured I'd stockpile on a couple of him. Performer Pal, Odd Eyes Dissolver. Again, more Pendulum Magician stuff. Two Speedroid Colonel Clackers, which gives us our playset of him. And a Hyde Speedroid Glider number 2. Only needed two copies of number 2, so we're all set to go on Speedroids. Two Dance Princess of the Necros. This should give us our playset of her. One Transmigration and one Cloud Dragon for the Tachyon support. I just like tiny Cloud Dragon. He looks cute. Arcana Force 5, the Hierophant. This gives us our full playset for the Arcana Force deck. Halloween, mostly because it's almost Halloween. Predaplant Orpheus Scorpio. This is our second copy, so we just need one more. It's very nice. Got a couple decks we're splashing in some small Predaplant rank 3 engines into. So definitely a couple Darlington Cobras and Scorpios will go a long way. Full playset of Lunalight Fusion. Very nice. Infinitrack River Stormer for the Cyber Dragon deck. Evenly Matched, just a resupply on our copies of that. Our second Transaction Rollback, just to splash into a couple trap decks. One Stellar of the White Forest and 2 Elzets. That gives us play sets for both. Not really sure where we're going to take the White Forest deck, but we at least have a solid core built up for when we're ready to go. Malice P. White Rabbit. We can only run 2 copies in the deck now for the ban list, but I figured I'd grab the 3rd copy just in case she does get unlimited in the near future. Backup at Ignister, Cybers. Muckraker from the Underworld, and Gigantic Champion Sargus. These are just a resupply on copies of these guys. Guiding Quem the Virtuous. I have 2 playsets of Cartesia, and now just 2 copies of Quem. So, trying to balance them out, but much like Raider's Wing, this is a Dogmatica card and Despia card. So, it's always cool when they cover multiple archetypes. SP Little Knight, just to continue to stockpile on her, so we can splash her into a few decks. Chasma, Dragon Ruler of Auroras, just looks super awesome for the Dragon Ruler deck. 2 secrets from Doom of Dimensions, which I'm super excited about. We got Doom Z12N Drastrius, and Masterpiece, the True Draco Overlord. Not really sure where I'm going to take Doom Z, but stockpiling on some of our equip spells, so stay tuned for when we get that fully going. And then Masterpiece, because I do like the True Draco stuff. Plus it's Masterpiece, which is awesome. And then finally, the shiniest and most important card of today's mail, Memento Teculica Combined Creation. Just obviously going into the Memento deck, and also in the running for most complex name I've had to pronounce. I think the Earthbound Immortals still have it beat out, but it's a close second. Woo! That'll do it for today's mail. Thank you again for Chupacabra Games. We'll get all of these cards organized into their respective decks and binders. So stay tuned for when those profiles will be premiering thanks to this loot. But in any case, I've been Sir Blackson97. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time.